Hello. Hello there. Hello there. My seam's not... What's this? Hello and welcome back to the Rusty Ferret podcast. Thank you so much for coming back and sticking with me. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I've been very lax in responding to comments. It's something that I'm going to be working hard on. I get overwhelmed and it's just... Anyway. So, how has everybody been this fortnight? I hope you have all been enjoying some sunshine. But sunshine / responsibility, not too much sunburn going on, I hope, and drinking plenty of water and wearing your masks, because that's still in force up in Scotland, which I'm very grateful for. I will also point out that I'm pretending to be Nelly this fortnight. I got a beastie bite at the weekend and I picked it and it's disgusting, so this is to help it heal and to stop me from howking at it, so please don't judge me. It's cute. It has IKEA, you can't see that, but it's got IKEA owls on it. The IKEA plasters, these ones, they stick so good. Would recommend the next time you're in IKEA you pick up some. But yeah, so let's move on. I have no finished objects this week. I say week, I mean fortnight. I should say this time. I have no finished objects this time, because I started the Bloomin' Brioche shawl by, now I when I was listening to one of the tutorial videos, it is Xandy Peters, so I apologise for thinking it was Andy last time. So Xandy Peters, so that's perfect. So in my SoCanJo bag with all the dogs, this isn't actually this is its designated bag, but it's actually been living in the yarn bowls that I will show you later at the side of my chair, because I'm a little bit addicted to it actually. So I've done some work on it. I made a start. So first of all, stick to the microphone. I have started off using the Fyberspates 100% superwash merino. I should say 100% superwash, because that's a base. The 100% superwash merino, and this is the tweed imp, I believe, and this is Rusty Ferret doll, 75% merino, 25% nylon, in the platinum blonde colorway, named after my mother because her hair is white, but she calls it platinum blonde. My second color is Old Maiden Aunt. That is her... Oh, I'm going to check my notes for that one. 80% superwash merino. That is incorrect. That's the wrong yarn. Oh my god. 75% superwash merino. 20% nylon. 5% stellina. Right? We'll go with that one. And this is the bling bling colorway. I think that was from the Tits Out collective. Yeah, so that's the yarn. Let me show you what I have done so far. So this is the... Oh, look at that. That's bad. I've pulled a... So this is the right side. Ooh, move over a bit. Maybe fan this out a little bit. Hang on. So yeah, this is the right side. I'm dead good at showing things. Right side. And this is the wrong side. Now, on the pattern, I'm getting a bit confused because I'm using a light colour as the dark colour and a dark colour as the light colour, and it says LC, DC, and I'm I have to constantly be light colour, that's the dark one. There's been a few hiccups on that, but that's cool. So I was really nervous about casting this on. If you've watched last time's podcast, I was really intimidated by the charts. So once I had cast on, I followed the written instructions to start with, and actually I'm finding them much easier to follow than the charts. The way that Xandy has broken it up makes it really manageable. So they have done, so you know how you do 2 rows per row in Brioche? They've broken it up into those rows, but then within those rows there's like a right side, well, like a right edge, a right side, a centre, a left edge. A left edge. And then that's broken up within it, so it's actually not walls of text to read. That's what I struggle with patterns with lots of text. And why I prefer the charts. But actually, I'm preferring the written instructions, and this is not as difficult as I feared. There is a stitch, a decrease stitch here. It makes the most beautiful decrease, but you're like slipping so many stitches this way and then that way, and then you're jumping. Oh my goodness, I've had to write it out kind of in my own words because I just can't get it stuck in my brain. So I'm hoping that's going to be the hardest. I don't know what that is. I'm hoping that's going to be like the hardest stitch to do. So yeah, moral of the story, small chunks, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm like really enjoying picking up and doing like another repeat. So would recommend. I've not, maybe that's maybe meant to be like that. I'm like looking at it going, oh, maybe that's why I had issues. It is, look. So there's been a couple rows where I've maybe that's meant to be like that. Oh yeah, that looks like it's meant to. I'm like looking at these going, I haven't sealed them off as bulbs, but because that's down the centre spine, I think that's meant to be like that. I did have a couple rows where I had too many stitches, like too many stitches, because I hadn't done that decrease stitch properly, but I just fudged it. And it's been fine, so that's good. And you wouldn't notice. Nobody looked that hard. So yeah, I would recommend this if you're up for a bit of a challenge. I can do it and watch TV. We've been watching Loki and I've been working on this. So yeah, I don't know what else to say apart from just give things a go, because actually they're probably not as bad as you think they are. Should I also say that I'm doing these on a 3mm needle and it's my Knit Bros Zings. Zing! I feel really choked up just now. The weather, it's been really hot in Scotland. Well, UK wide, but it's been really hot in Scotland. And I'll put this out here. I have no problem wearing a mask. I think we should all wear masks if we can. But the combination of my asthma, the mask, and the heat has been a lot. And there's been a couple times where I've had to like find a sneaky corner and take my mask off and just like have a breathe for a minute. Sometimes take my inhaler and then I'm good to go. But yeah, it's difficult. I think I would be classed in the exempt category, but this is the first time I've had problems actually breathing with a mask, and it's not breathing. Well, it is because I have asthma, but it's not like I can't breathe. It's just I'm not getting a full breath. Not getting enough oxygen. But it's because of the heat. It's because of the heat and the asthma and it's just the combo of everything. Anyway, wear a mask. Right. So, because I thought that project was going to be too hard, that I would have to like sit in darkness. Well, not in darkness, that's really stupid. Sit in like silence on my own and work on it. I decided I would cast on some socks. So I don't know if I've shown you this before. This is a Woollenflower. Ooh, bright sunshine. This is a Woollenflower bag that she made me out of fabric that was my gran's. My gran bought this fabric. Back in the day, apparently, you used to be able to buy like a pattern. Well, it would be like a kit, I suppose. A pattern for like a kilt, like wool skirt, and you'd get the wool with it, and then you'd make it. So yeah, it's just exactly a kit. And we found it when we were clearing out my gran's, and mum's the same belief as me. It's like, we barely chuck anything out. We'd rather pass it on to somebody to be able to use. So my gran used to wear wool skirts all the time, so I asked Jules if she wanted them, and Jules took them, which is great. I think they've all been made into bags, so if you have one of Jules's bag, it might have been one of my gran's skirts, wool skirts. Brain, oh my god, that was like a total brain melt there. Anyway, so Jules was so kind and made me and my mum one of these pouches, and I love it. And my gran would have never worn this. Well, she never did because she never made it, but my gran was more of like a natural colour. So she liked purple, but this is a bit wild. Anyway, enough about my bag. We're here to talk about the knitting. So I cast on with, this is, I've split it into two balls. So this is the colourway Jaguar Shark. Jaguar Shark. It is a Rusty Ferret colourway that I put onto the 100% Cheviot. Words are hard. So I wound this yarn as a backup project because I thought the shawl was going to be harder than what it is, i.e. I thought it would have to be like silence and focus, but actually I think I could probably take that places and work on it, as long as it wasn't too much of a distracted environment. Like, I probably wouldn't take it to the pictures, let's put it that way. So yeah, I wound this yarn. This is hand spun by me, and it is Rusty Ferret, 100% Cheviot. I'm sure it's 100% Cheviot. Jaguar. I know I say that funny. Jaguar. Oh my god, Jaguar. Oh Christ. Jaguar Shark colorway. I think I still have some. No, I definitely think. I say I think when I'm like saying stuff that I don't want people to judge me on, when I know that I'm like correct. Right? So stupid. But I have some of this left. If you'd like some, head to the website. Yeah, so I cast on the Pondside socks by AbbyeKnits. Do you know what? I try to always make sure that the patterns I'm using are available off Ravelry as well as on Ravelry, and everything linked down below. I have the Ravelry link and the non-Ravelry link. I can't remember if these are off Ravelry. I believe they were a free pattern. I will double check, but if there's not an alternative link or just a link underneath that doesn't say Ravelry, then I'm really sorry. I'm trying not to recommend patterns that aren't available off Rav. It's just because I have used this pattern before for some hand spun socks of the same thing, and it was just easy. And I've only gotten a little bit done because I didn't actually knit any of it. I brought the shawl with me to wait in the car after my COVID test for visiting Mark's gran. So, yeah, these will probably kick about for forever and never ever get finished. But it would be nice to use the yarn. As I say, I'm trying to use things out of my stash, and some of my hand spun. I'm not the best spinner. This is quite. I mean, that looks pretty okay. You can see there. My spinning isn't properly even, and I've never gotten down to a 4-ply and all that stuff, but I do enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. So, yeah, it'll be nice to have some cozy socks for the winter, because not for just now, because it's so freaking hot. I suppose an important piece of information would be to tell you that my spinning wheel is a Louet S17, and I really love her. We've grown to love each other. We didn't have a good start. I found it very difficult to start off with because Jenny's spinning wheel, the S10 that I borrowed, Jenny's wheel was like worn in. Does that make sense? Like she'd used it and it was just easy. And then when I got mine, I was like, this is not the same. I was so upset. But Angie from Weftblown gave me she sells the Louets, and she kind of gave me a bit of a tutorial, like a shot at Edinburgh one year, and sweet. But yeah, so that's one pair of socks that I cast on just in case. And then this is another pair of socks I've cast on. So let me show you the bag first. This is one of Gemma Little Girl's pyramid bags. They're my favourite bag that she does. And it's got a cute little raccoon on it. Oh, hang on. It does look like a ferret that way. But no, it's a raccoon. And Little Girl. I like these for single skein projects. If you're going somewhere, like if you go to, for example, the theatre, where you've got to stand up and down a lot for letting people past, it's really good to have on your wrist. I suppose if you're out walking as well. I always have a dog. It doesn't work when you got a dog. But yeah, they're really great round your wrist bag, so I would recommend these. So we had a barbecue at the weekend, which I will tell you about when we're catching up. But I thought that because it was with all my good friends, I didn't think the shawl would be a good idea. So I cast on another pair of socks because it was meant to be really hot that day and I couldn't face knitting with the woolly wool. That's so stupid. So I wound this ball, which is Rusty Ferret mauve, and it is the base is 80% superwash merino, 20% bamboo, and it's so soft. Like Mark's a bit of a snowflake, and he even was like, oh my god, that's so soft. So these are just going to be another pair of quite plain, well, I might not, I might find a stitch pattern that fits, but excuse me, these will just be like a plain, what am I trying to say, just a plain pair of socks. Like it's a double knit weight, and that's all I managed today in the car, because I did bring this to sit in the car after my COVID test. And oh, I should tell you, it's the Spree socks by Kemper Wray. I have knit these socks quite a few times and I really like the fit of them, so I've just kind of kept going with the same pattern, the same stitches, the same everything. That's what you do with socks, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, again, just a wee throw in my bag. Because we haven't been going anywhere, I used to always carry a knitting project with me. And because we haven't been going anywhere, I haven't had a project in my bag. So now I do. And it'll be these socks. And I'll be knitting them until I die, probably, because we will not be going any places. So, is that all I need to tell you about this? I should tell you, I also have some of the bamboo left in stock, if you'd like to try it. It was one of those, I got the base just cause I just thought it sounded good. It was back when all the superwash merino nylon was out of stock, and I thought, well, I'll try the bamboo, and then tried the bamboo but never told anybody I had it, so it's sitting there on the website. So if you'd like to check it out, you should check it out because it's really nice. So yeah, that is the other sock that I have been working on. Yeah, so my whips are quite, I don't want to say frivolous, that's not right, but they were all, apart from the shawl, they were all cast on with expecting that the shawl was going to be unmanageable out and about, when actually it's fine. But I think I will mostly be taking this one with me. So let's, oh no, I've also been working on my quilt. I took some video yesterday. I'm at the stage where, well, I've been at the stage for ages. I need to finish it, okay? I need to get more fabric. I've got a backing cloth that my mum gave me. It was some old sheets, and by old sheets I mean old sheets that she got when she got married and has barely used. And I'm all about the recycling, so I needed to measure how much front fabric I would need. So I've done that, so I will insert the video. So Oscar is helping me measure the quilt top, aren't you? Hello. You're so very helpful. Let me give you the tape measure. There you go. See, helping now. He's an old dog. He's got lumps. So, I've put the quilt top on this. This is an old sheet. Well, it's not an old sheet. It's some bedding my mum had that she has never used, basically. And I thought I would use that as the backing fabric, but I'm going to dye it. But as you can see, the quilt top is too small. So I've just measured the quilt backing, measured the quilt top, to then do the maths, how much I need at each side, blah, 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 blah. Oh God, that's bad, isn't it? The heat and the mask and the asthma are not helping me right now. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and pick out some colours and then do... I think I'll take a photo and then like add on what I think it'll look like. Also, those two matching colours touchings bothering me. I tried to not do that, but hey ho, there's probably heaps more that are touching. Although I can't see any obvious ones. Anyhow, yeah, so this is how quilt number 1's going. And he's back. His dad was more interesting than me. It'd be really good to get that quilt done on to the next one. So yeah, that is all the whips that I have going at the minute. Is that all my whips? Yeah, minus my DIY, which I'm going to talk about in the obsessions section, which I am a little bit obsessed with my DIY. I've been working on, did I tell you this last time? I did, because I put the picture of me in the cupboard. I'm still working on the wardrobe. The flat still has wardrobe stuff everywhere, but I'm now working on the bottom half of the wardrobe. When I took the doors off, so where to start the story? It's like, I like to tell a long story. Basically, the handles on the door were at different places. Like, they were in handles. Does that make sense? Like a hole with a plastic bit. They were in different places, and I never really noticed until one fell out because it was broken, and the previous owner had ramshackled it together. Anyway, so when I took the doors off, I realised that the reason they were in the wrong place is because the door was hung back to front. The original handle was on the back. And it's because the door is full of holes, because somebody went ham with their foot or a hammer, or I'm not really sure. So I've been working on the doors to spray foam them up and get them all looking good again. I have filled all the handle holes. I think I'm just gonna have smooth doors with no handles, because I like that they can go flat with each other. They go like this. So yeah, and I've also had to do a lot of sanding inside the wardrobe. There was a lot of patches that I had done from, we've got really crap walls. I think some of them are plasterboard, some of them are brick, some of them I think are lath and plaster, I'm not sure. But the ones where I always want to hang heavy stuff seem to be the crappy lath and plaster ones. So in the wardrobe, we've done other things like hung extra rails and stuff that have all fallen out because crap walls. So I had to sand that all smooth because I did a crap job the last time. So that's all been sanded. I was literally white. I was like a ghosty. But the next stage is painting the walls and the skirting boards. I need to sand down the doors. They're needing a good sand. I need to still fill the holes, as in polyfiller the holes. But yeah, it's a very large project that's going to take me a while, but it's going to be good to get the wardrobe done, because I think that's going to be the biggest job. Next to obviously repapering the walls, but that's a kind of one day kind of job. Like, you do that over a weekend, right? It's gonna be fine. I'm just terrified about moving our giant bed. Oh my god. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm obsessed with that, because that's all I want to do, is just go and work on the bedroom, because I want it to be a calm space where we can go and chill. Anyhow, so yeah. Oh, I've jumped what I was meant to say. So the next thing I'm a bit obsessed with are, and I spoke about Val McDermid not last time, but the time before, audiobooks from the library. So not recently, it was like maybe a year or so ago, I realised that you could get audiobooks from the library, like digitally, which is amazing. And I have listened to a few, like newer ones, but I've kind of been rooting about to see like the older stuff, and I've stumbled across the Ian Rankin. They've got a couple of Ian Rankin ones, and I'm listening to Westwind at the minute. And one, I really like his writing. He is an Edinburgh-based author. Does mostly like the Rebus stuff, like crime and crime thriller. But Westwind is really cool. It's about like, it's still a thriller, but it's about a mystery, but it's about satellites back in the maybe 70s. And this, I'm not going to give it away, but it's, if you enjoy like a mystery and things like that, I would really recommend his books. They're really good. But through that, I've also realised that, and I've known this for a long time, to keep my brain on track and to stop getting full of like negative thoughts, I watch a lot of YouTube and TV and like streaming stuff. And I don't watch it. Well, I do watch it, but it's there to like dampen the noise. But I'm gonna get a dog. Hi, dog. I apologise if the camera has moved. I was catching up with Mark there. So, what did I get to? Library books. Library books are good. Support your local library. The last thing that I'm a little bit obsessed about, which again I'll talk a bit more in the catch-up section, but I got some solar LED lights when I was at the garden centre with my mum, and I've put them in the kitchen window, and they just make me so happy. Like, that's my stomach. They make me so happy. Just, I don't know, like little glowy lights in the kitchen window with all my plants. So yeah, let's have a wee catch up. No, I should probably tell you about what I was meant to say before. So I have been working on my 3D printer. We kind of became not friends because nothing was sticking to the print plate, which is the bit that it prints on. So let me show you. This is my bag of bits. So where's the one that threw off? Yeah, so this one, can you see here? So this bit here is meant to be the center of the bottom of the bowl. I don't know why it's over there. When I checked the model, it was in the middle, and since I've printed it, it's been in the middle. But my 3D printer, I call my 3D printer Wheezy, like Wee-Z, but Wheezy, because it wheezes. Like when it's printing, like it makes like little wheeze. It's quite cute. Anyway, so Wheezy threw that off. Like it went skiing. Great. And then we tried again, and it made this mess. And that's not good. So I kind of stopped for a week or two, remodeled the bowl and tried again, and it did it again. I don't know if you can see it on the black. So I then installed, I got a thing called this is probably of no interest to you guys. Let me put this away. I got a thing called a BL Touch, which is a little probe that makes sure your bed's level, because a lot of the problem with prints not sticking is the bed's not level, because it needs to print on a level. Does that make sense? So like if you've got one bit of your bed higher and the printer's printing at this, it's not got anything to stick to here, and it's like even like points of millimeters off. So I installed that. I spent the whole day doing that and it still wasn't working. Turned out I just had to up the temperature of the bed, because your extruder, which is the bit where that prints, is heated to like 220 degrees depending on your PLA, and the bed is also heated, which mine is now at 65 degrees Celsius, to help it stick. So got that working. So let me just show you the models. I think I've showed you the first one. So this was the first bowl that I did. The hole isn't quite big enough for, like, you can get a 100-gram ball in there, but just, and it's very light, which I like, but I wanted to figure out if I could weight them a bit better. I use Blender to 3D model, and I'm very new at it, and I couldn't roll back the model. Like, you can't just take chunks out because it's all geometry and stuff. So I had to remodel the bowl. So I remodeled the bowl. So its chunky bit is now higher up. I modeled it so that I could put weights in the bottom, like inside between the bottom and the bottom of the inside. But for some reason it didn't print. Turns out I hadn't ticked a box. Yeah. But the hole is bigger, much bigger. But Mark and I have decided that we prefer the shape of the first one. However, I needed to figure out why the weight holes didn't not print. So I printed another one. I changed the colour of my plastic to black. Now, we've got the weights in. That's weighted. And it printed beautifully, right? They're sealed in there. This is called scaffolding. So this will come off and the bottom will be, you can see where it's stuck here. I need to sand that off. We left it. It was printing away perfectly. And then I woke up and can you see? It hasn't stuck to itself. Like, so it is a test, so I will sand that and glue it. We think there was a draft in the middle of the night and it changed the temperature of the plastic and it didn't stick. So I'm gonna have to print another one just to see if that's the case. But I want to remodel the bowl to be more like this. So yeah, that's my yarn bowl. So I'm gonna have lots of yarn bowls. I'm currently using my 2 pink ones just now for my shawl. It's really cool. It's really nice to have the yarns separate so they're not tangling all the time. I also need to figure out an anti-slip bottom, because this is quite slippy. This one isn't because it's rougher on the bottom, but I don't want that. I don't want that to stay on the bottom. That's meant to come off. So yeah, so that's my little 3D printer update. So now we can move on to the catch up. Now, so I don't know if you can see. That way. No, that way. It was my birthday on Monday and we had a barbecue on Saturday with my friends Hannah and Morag and Bexley and Mark. We got a little bucket barbecue and we just had a really good day. It was really hot, but Morag and Bexley brought like this shade thing that we sat under so we could enjoy the like sun but didn't get burnt. I mean, we all had our suntan cream on because we are all translucent white, but we had a great day. we got this little bucket barbecue from B&Q because I want a barbecue for in the car because memes. So we also bought like bags of charcoal because they worked out more cost effective, and I thought, oh great, you can just take a bag of charcoal with like a wee one with you. Turns out the bag of charcoal is way too much for our little bucket barbecue. So we lit the bag of charcoal, and this bag's like overflowing. So we scooped out as much as we could and put it on a slab that was in Han's garden. And then Mark cooked his fish in tinfoil on it. Like he had some battered fish. So actually it worked out fine. However, the slab did burn a hole in Hannah's grass. Oops. The barbecue didn't, which was good. So that was a great day. And then on Monday, on my actual birthday, I met my mum in the Dobbies in Aberdeen. She had a gift voucher to spend. So we went through and we bought so many flowers, and it was so nice to spend the day with mum. And it was really hot again. I'm actually shocked I didn't get sunburnt because I didn't have suntan cream on, and we were outside a lot. But I slapped some on at lunchtime, and I was okay. I got a bit of a tan. Can you see? Not really. My skin's a different shade of pink. So yeah, that was really good. And we had Chinese for tea, which was wonderful. So yeah, that's where I got my LED lights from, the Dobbies in Aberdeen, which is ace. And oh, my mum also bought me an airplane. My little airplane. They had a massive selection of houseplants, and it was almost too much because I couldn't pick. I really like a houseplant. Couldn't pick. But I really like the air plant. I have some air plants anyway, but I really like that one, so got that one instead. Yeah. So it was a good day. My brain's just frozen. So yeah, it was really ace to spend the day with mum. We spent about 5 hours there. Crazy. But let me show you what I got for my birthday so far. There are still presents to come, apparently. Mark. The dog's like scuffling at the door. This is my gift from Mark. Well, part of my gift from Mark. This is, my bunchies are up too high. So I have some roller boots that I bought a long time ago for like £10 when Aussies in Dundee first closed their big shop, because I'd always wanted some roller boots. I have used them like twice, and I've always been too scared. And then everybody was getting into rollerbooting, and then there was all those cool people on TikTok that were doing cool rollerbooting stuff, and I was like, I need to get some exercise. Do you know what? My roller boots. But I was like, I'm gonna need a helmet. So Mark got me my neon pink helmet. I've got knee pads and elbow pads and like obscene wrist guards because I am clumsy as hell. So I'm excited to go out my roller boots. And I just need to get over the fear of going on my own, or I need a buddy to go with me. A couple of people on my Instagram were like, if you want to go and fall over with me. So I will be hitting you up to go because I don't want to go by myself. But I think it would just be some good exercise to just get my body moving. So yeah, my pink helmet. I kind of want some stickers for it, but I also don't want to take away from how pink it is. It's showing up a bit lighter on the camera, but I can assure you it's neon pink. She cute. And then I also got things from Hannah and Morag, but the other thing I got was from my mum and my dad, and I've only got part of it here. But I got an old-fashioned clothes error. And I'm so excited. So we live in a flat, and we have too much stuff. And currently, we constantly trip over the clothes dryer. Let me show you. I'm going to turn you around. Hang on. Wait, can you? Wait. There you go. Oh, there you can see yourself. Clothes dryer behind the living room door. Oh. There you go. So I've always thought that in our hall, we've got really tall ceilings anyway, that we could get a clothes error, like one of these, and then it meant that it's not in our feet, which I thought would be so good. So I asked for one for my birthday, and my mommy got me one, but I need to wait for my daddy to, it's just nice and cold, I need to wait for my dad to come and install it, because I told you about shit walls, right? I don't think our roof's any better. So yeah, that's gonna be, I'm excited for that. And she picked the pewter colourway, because on brand, right? So I was very spoiled, and I'm actually excited because I love presents. No, Mum said there's someone else coming that's just for me, because that's for the house, and I'm excited to see what she's picked, because I don't know. So yeah, so that was my birthday. I had a really good time. That is me 35 years of age, and got the skin of a 12-year-old, but it's cool. So I'm gonna go have noodles. No. So I think that's everything. I can't think of anything else. I'm just really enjoying this. The only thing I don't enjoy is it takes so long to print. This took 20... Did it end up taking 20 hours? It was estimated to be like 24 hours print. But it might have just been 20. This, hang on. So see where that was, that. So from here to there, that was 6 hours. Anyhow, I'll stop fiddling. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, just generally being here for LJ's Lonely Cast. I still love that. And I'm gonna go, and I love you very much, and I really hope you're behaving. Bye. Peace out.